What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. Today, we're rolling a Riven for the Perigale, which is Varuna's new sniper rifle. This thing hits so hard, they had to basically change how it works, because upon getting 4 consecutive headshots, it would go into Nell Prime Infinite Ammo Crazy Mode. But the problem was, it was killing basically every enemy in the game before 4 bullets were fired, so now it's on headshot kill as well. So we'll be rolling a Riven for that. Keep in mind, it does have 0.5 Dispo Rivens right now, so it has very low stat Rivens, so we're going to take that into account when we're rolling for it. Also, if you enjoy these types of videos, I do them somewhat regularly, so hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already, and yeah, we also will be live later tonight with some more Warframe stuff. So, I bought this Perigale Riven unrolled for about 400 plat. And funny enough, this is almost ideal stats for me, besides the negative and the punch through. So, what I want to do on this Riven is I want to get a Toxin roll with crit chance. Those two things are my main things I'm seeking out. The reason I want Toxin and I want crit chance is because if we were to take this Riven off, with critical delay, you're at 84% crit chance on this weapon. I'd like to get it over 100% crit chance. With this crit chance roll with 3 stats and negative, we're at 105 crit chance. Every bullet is guaranteed to crit, and 5% of the time we're going to get an orange crit. The build is not final, by the way, but I know for a fact I will be running this or Point Strike on here. Additionally, since it's a 0.5 Dispo Riven, certain stats aren't going to be that crazy high anyway, so we're going to get Toxin just to save a mod slot. Since I'm running this as my Toxin mod, if I want to do a viral build, all I need to do is throw my Riven and a cold mod, and we've got combined elemental of viral. So that would be great. That would also be good for a corrosive build, a gas build, blah, blah, blah. Whatever elemental I'm going to be running on here, it's probably going to be a combined Toxin elemental, so we're going to go with Toxin on here. Punch through is whatever, because it has base punch through. My god roll would actually be Toxin, crit chance, multi-shot, minus zoom, because this is a sniper. I'm going to probably want to use it for disruption too, because it's really good for nuking down enemies. So we'll see what we end up getting, because minus zoom will be great, and I don't like zooming in with snipers. Alright, so let's take a look at what we got. I'll probably go 100k Kuva or more, we'll see. Keeping in mind, this is a good Riven already besides the negative, so it's just going to be a waste of Kuva pretty much. See if we can get anything better. In before I get cold and something bad every time. Okay, we got status chance, fire rate, multi-shot, minus reload. Not bad positive stats. This thing has very high, it has okay status chance, but that minus reload is awful. It has a 3-second reload at base, so we'd have a long reload if we took that. So yeah, negative damage Grenier, really not as big of a deal on a weapon that deals this much damage, especially when it has 0.5 Dispo. It's minus 17% Grenier. Prime Bane of the Grenier has 55% increased damage of Grenier, so I mean, it basically makes your Prime Bane of the Grenier like a normal Bane of the Grenier, sort of. As we get a couple bad rolls here. Yeah, the punch through is not super important, honestly. I would have definitely preferred another DPS stat there. But as you can see, we're rolling some real trash here, so we might end up sticking with this one in the end. Damage electric minus reload. I think minus reload is just terrible. Also, that's what we're looking at with a 2-stat negative. So instead of 45% Toxin, we're getting 55% electric. I don't know if I'd go with electric on this in the end. Although I did try a pure electric build before, and it was actually pretty nasty at the simulacrum. Another bad one. Okay, another really bad one. Minus stash duration is not amazing. I definitely wouldn't recommend taking it. Plus stash duration, on the other hand, is also not amazing. So I kind of want neutral stash duration, and preferably crit chance and Toxin. So we got double crit and reload speed with no negative. I don't think that's worth taking personally. That should still get us over 100, even though it's just 61%. But yeah, reload speed, even though it has a terrible reload speed, we want that Toxin on there to save a mod slot. Because if we save that mod slot, we can throw on a ton of different stuff in that last slot. Plus slash, plus puncture, minus dash duration. Not exactly a keeper. Physical damage types besides slash are just useless. I hope that they eventually change puncture to be something good. But I'm not really holding my breath as we get 30% multi-shot. Yeah, these multi-shot numbers are so low on this. Yeah, it's going to basically just be a big waste of Kuva, honestly. In the end, I don't see us getting anything better than this. The guy sold me a keepable roll, and it's just me trying to get something better. We would seriously need we would need Toxin CC, and then it would need to be better in some way, or just the same Riven with a better negative. I would take that too, because this negative is I do fight against Grenier quite often, to be honest. Oh, you know what's also a good point is that I just realized this too. Since we have been doing that Varuna survival mission, cold multi-shot stash duration, since we've been doing that Varuna survival mission against Corrupted, we have no Bane of the Corrupted Rivens. Although I feel like it's way too late to add those in as we get multi-shot. Hey, 42% multi-shot that time. I think it's way too late to add in Rivens for Bane of the Corrupted, but it's just something to keep in mind. It's like, you actually can't roll a Bane of the Corrupted Riven, which I find kind of interesting. Because there is Prime Bane of the Corrupted for, like, from Borrow, like the Bane mods, but yeah, on Riven's not happening. Crit chance fire rate. That would definitely be enough crit chance to get us over 100. But then we'd be losing out on our Toxin, and we'd be getting 30% fire rate, which I don't think this thing really needs fire rate. It's got 2 fire rate, and it fires 4 bullets at a time, so... Yep, just going to stick with this. I know it might be kind of like hard to watch when I just keep taking this, but we've been getting nothing good, to be honest. The only somewhat decent roll we've gotten was that one earlier, which I believe had minus reload speed. And that one, it didn't have Toxin on it, so, you know. What we have here, plus gas damage, plus damage, minus crit chance. Minus crit chance, unkeepable. Yeah, I don't think maybe a double elemental viral riven could be decent. Minus puncture. Oh, this thing can get minus puncture, huh? It has okay slash damage, so I guess minus puncture would be a god roll if this had other good positive stats. You could make it more slash focused, but then again, you're modding for viral, or you're modding for like some elemental, so you're not going to be proccing anyway. Crit damage and multi-shot's pretty good, but it does not get us over 100, and it's only 44% multi-shot, which is, you know, kind of nice, but it's not going to get us to any break points we were looking for. So we're about, I'd say like 50 or 60k Kuva in, and we have nothing to show for it, but that's just Rivens in a nutshell, dude. I'm not even remotely surprised. And we also did get a good roll on our previous Riven for the Plinks, so we got Toxin, damage, and fire rate. Overall damage is pretty bad because we're using Galvanized Shot for a bunch of extra damage, and fire rate, like I said, I'm not really seeing it being super useful on here. And keeping in mind, I also could mod for fire rate in that last slot where I wouldn't have the Toxin mod. Slash critical chance. Maybe for a non-elemental those would be good, but I think it would actually need minus puncture. It would be plus slash minus puncture to be really good in that regard. So right now I'm going to definitely get rid of that one, even though plus crit chance is nice. That would probably get us to like around like 115% crit chance. So we'd be getting more orange crits. Status chance, crit chance, damage. Not a bad one, but not better than what we have, unfortunately. I have tried this thing on the Simulacrum. It does hit really, really hard. It does hit hard against Grenier too. You know, ideally you wouldn't have that negative on the Riven, which is why the guy probably sold it for an unrolled price. Toxin, reload speed, status duration. It's got our Toxin we're looking for, but it's got no DPS stats to speak of. So, crit chance, heat, magazine capacity, minus status duration. Might have been okay. Magazine capacity. The thing is, if you get enough magazine, it needs 4 rounds to fire off a burst of this thing. 43% multi-shot. I'm not taking slash unless it has minus puncture on it, realistically. This thing cannot fire off a burst, I'm pretty sure, unless you have 4 in the magazine. So I don't even know how that would work. Multi-shot. We're getting multi-shot, but we're getting bad stats with it and like underwhelming. Like I haven't seen any good negatives this whole time. It's like maybe 1 minus puncture. Okay, as I say minus puncture, they give me plus puncture. Okay, so puncture, multi-shot, damage when infested, minus slash. Good. Alright, a couple more here, and then I think we're going to call it. This is unfortunately not a very good one. I've gotten status, duration, and puncture. I don't even know how many times, dude. This is why rolling Riven sucks. I probably could have bought a god roll for this thing for like a couple thousand plat. It wouldn't have been a big deal. Damage to Grenier, reload speed, multi-shot, minus corpus. It does have multi-shot and minus... and plus Grenier, but it has reload speed, which is not really a DPS increasing stat to me. Although you'll be reloading this thing quite often. It also has a pretty bad magazine size, as we get minus crit chance with plus crit damage. Thank you so much, DE. That's exactly what I wanted, actually. I love to increase my crit damage, but not even crit at all. That's why I'm rolling Rivens, actually. How'd you catch me? I get to the complaining state in these Riven rolling videos, like around like roll 30, it seems like, every time. Oh, what do we got here? We got crit damage. I think minus magazine size is untakeable, honestly. It's got a 12-round magazine, so I would remove 2 bullets, and you need to get 4 headshots in a row. I don't think that's worth it. Now, you would get infinite ammo. You would get infinite ammo after shooting, but yeah, I think the crit chance is just too good to pass up. Yeah, our crits would hit harder, but I like to see those orange crits a lot. I like to see, you know, every bullet being yellow and all that. And if we could just really get rid of this negative, I'd be super happy about it. Yeah, this has been a bit of a sad one, honestly, dude. Now, it wasn't as bad as that. I think the worst Riven rolling video I've ever done was the... What are those things called? Yo, gas damage and multi-shot. No crit. The worst one I ever rolled is that weapon that Atlas Prime came out with. The fist weapon. Did I really get the same... Oh my gosh. Okay, well... Really? So I'm potentially passing... It's the same Riven. It's the same negative. But it's minus the punch through. And it's... I'd probably go to like 110% crit chance. The punch through does not matter to me. And we get 5% more damage to Grenier. And we get 9% more toxin. I think I'm gonna go with it. Just because the punch, I could honestly just mod for, Pry and Shred if I really wanted punch through that badly. But yeah, that's Rivens for you. And then I get plus puncture right after that. Why do I get damage Grenier again, bro? Do I gotta use this thing against the Corpus? No, I bet we can kill high level enemies Grenier even with this Riven. I'm gonna keep rolling a little bit more because that's just embarrassing to end on that one, dude. You gave me the same Riven with no punch through and a slightly better negative. Oh, great. Yeah, thanks. You give me multi-shot minus than Toxin Slash. I think the game's listening to me and just like laughing at me right now. Like a poltergeist or something. The Riven poltergeist. Yeah, it is, because I just got Toxin minus Corpus, or minus crit chance with plus Infested. That would have been a much better Riven than what I have, just saying. Come on, we can get better than this. We can get better than this. I'm probably not going to even use this weapon that much. But we can get better than what we currently have. Yeah, give me that punch through back. Why not? Alright, like 2 more, okay? 2 more, and then we're going to call it. And then we'll see how much crit chance we got over it. We had 105 before. Okay. Really bad. We'll roll it 1 or 2 more times, okay? 1 or 2 more times. Minus Slash, Grenier Cold. That's not bad for a viral build. Alright, we'll go a couple more. Critical chance stop giving me puncture, dude. I want minus puncture. If you'd given me this Riven with minus puncture, I would have been super, super happy about it. There's my multi-shot toxin. Alright. I think I'm done here. After this last couple right here. Nothing. Again, actually one of the worst ones I've ever seen. And then the last one is... The last one is so bad that we can't end on that one. We have to do one more. We have to do one more Riven roll. So that was about like 170k Kuba in the end. Great. Damage to Infested to end it off on. So it was about like 175 Kuba in the end. And we didn't... I guess you could call this an upgrade. I guess we have more damage to Grenier now. And we lost the punch through, but we got like 10% more crit chance on the card, and then 9% more toxin damage, I guess. And I'm trying to sneak in some more rolls here to get something better, but it doesn't look like the game wants to cooperate with me. So I think I am just gonna stop rolling on this last 60th roll. I don't think we have enough Kuba to get to 69. Or do we? I didn't actually count, but let's try to get the 69 rolls here. Yeah, so this is just Riven rolling for you guys. I rolled it 60-something times, and I have basically the same Riven as before, and it's not a very good Riven. So if you want to get a God roll... Oh, minus puncture plus slash, but it has an elemental, which would kill the build I was thinking about there. We finally got a interesting one, but yeah, the electric would ruin that. So yeah, I would say if you want to get a God roll, just buy it. Like, farm the plat and buy it, because... Yeah, I got a God roll in that Plinks video last time, but that is not the norm, dude. The norm is what you're looking at right now. Marginal Riven, like technically slottable Riven, but you know, like, was it worth all this Kuva? Was it worth 200k Kuva or whatever? No, it's not. Like, the amount of time it takes to farm 200k Kuva is probably a lot more than it takes to get that plat. I don't know. Maybe with cross-platform trade potentially not happening, it would depend on the platform and all that. But yeah, the last 2 rolls, I'm not really expecting these to be good. Oh, man, look at how good that would have been if it didn't have minus crit chance on it. Man. It's like the game is trolling me or something. The last roll, the 69th roll. Great. Just great. Okay, so that's what you get in the end. So let's see what we go to on the build. We were at 105% crit chance before. And let's see how many more orange crits we'll be seeing with this new Riven. So we're at 108. So we have 3% more crit chance. And we lost punch through. Okay, guys, you tell me, did I take the right Riven or the wrong Riven in the end? Keeping in mind that we have 5% more damage to Grenier now. And, yeah, that's like... So basically we do 43% increased damage to Grenier compared to, I think it was like... Yeah, I think it was 38% damage to Grenier. So, I mean, that is technically good, especially for damage over time builds.
The multitude of creatures.
Either way, I don't feel good. Either way, if I took the right Riven or the wrong Riven, I don't feel good about that. That did not feel like a good Riven rolling session. And we'll just quickly fire off some Exo Gok stats to see. You know, the video will probably come out soon, but this thing is a nasty monster. And it didn't even need a Riven in the first place, honestly. So, not even a full build. Let's get some Kuva Heavy Gunners. Alright, zoom in. And with basically nothing procs. Yeah, I think we're missing like 1 or 2 mod slots right now, so... Of course I'm going for headshots. So if I go for body shots, they still die. These aren't Exo Gok stats, so they're technically not as tanky. But yeah, honestly, anything I spawn in here is not going to be tanky enough, unfortunately. So, yep, expect a level 10k video with this thing soon. Maybe on Varuna, because it is Varuna's signature sniper, so that would be cool. But yeah, I hope you guys found the video enjoyable and helpful. Good luck if you're rolling a Perigale Riven. Like, same exact thing on these guys. Although the body shots weren't as good, so that's different. This is with no HM, too. Good luck if you're rolling a Perigale Riven. I think that the stats I mentioned are the God roll. Crit chance, Toxin, and then multi-shot preferably. With a good... Like, honestly, minus Puncture would probably be nice. But yeah, I think minus Zoom would be better overall because, I mean, you are having to zoom in 4 times or 2 times with this thing, which feels very annoying in indoor missions. So, see you guys next time. Appreciate all the support and take it easy. Peace.